consent and your calls may be provided to law enforcement agencies. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Good evening, everybody. We are back, and welcome to another exciting Friday night edition of the Grand Jury. It's game show style, folks. Lights, camera, reasonable person standard in action. I'm your co-host, as always, Big Ron. Bringing the energy and now the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's meet our distinguished guests for tonight's episodes, the 5 volunteers who have bravely stepped up to serve as our mock grand jury. And for tonight's first is going to be Dave. Dave, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, Dave. We're glad that you decided to come onto the show tonight. And our next guest is going to be Hawk. Hawk, thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks, Ron. I appreciate it.
No worries.
I'm here. I'm on X. My big thing is via veteran advocacy, trying to help veterans with their stuff, and glad to take part in this.
There ain't not a better cause than helping out veterans, being one myself. And our next is going to be Kamal. Kamal, welcome. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on. Amy, welcome to the show. All right, and our last but not least is going to be Carly Sue.
Hey, it's going to be a fun night. Please consider being a volunteer in the future on the grand jury with your host, Joe Lanou. Thank you.
No worries. It's great having you back, too. You're always a joy to have on the show. And with that being said, give them a big round of applause in the chat, folks. These are real people from X community, ready to watch real body cams and dash cam footages, hear the context and vote reasonable or unreasonable. We'll go case by case, play the video, discuss the key moments, and then poll the jury one by one, starting with guest number 1 all the way down the line. Joe will bring and guide us through the evidence, break down the law, and keep things moving. And like any good courtroom drama, we're going to start with our classic intro. All rise. The Honorable Mock Grand Jury is now in session. The bailiff will now swear in our panel of 5 everyday heroes from X. Do you solemnly swear to judge these police use of force videos based solely on the facts, the footage, and what a responsible officer would do under the circumstances without bias, without hindsight, and with the spirit of Graham versus Connor in mind? Say I do if you're ready to go.
I do.
I do.
Outstanding. Well, folks, like I say every week, the jury's seated, the videos are loaded, the chat is going, the cigar is lit, and the bourbon is cold. Joe, the show is yours. Let's take it away.
Well, thank you once again, Ron, and welcome, folks. We had to take a couple of weeks break, graduation season, which is a good thing. And I've come back, and now I'm on video. So this is our first show with me putting it out there just like that. But enough about that. Let's get on what we're here with. Let's get Jason on the stage, our expert witness. Everyone needs, or every grand jury, every court needs a good expert witness. And Jason is ours. We get Jason up?
I'm here.
Okay. Jason, a 30-year retired law enforcement veteran out of the state of Minnesota, is also the developer of the 3D Response School Safety System. Jason, introduce yourself to the folks, please.
For those who don't know me, just retired about a year ago after 30 years and held positions, patrol, school resource officer, narcotics, lieutenant, sergeant, kind of the gauntlet law enforcement. And we patented a system we made about 10 years ago. It's installed in multiple schools to keep our children safe and when they're in school. So that's me.
Of course it is you. And we'll talk about that 3D response system a little bit later in the show. But okay, jurors, welcome to the hot seats. You're on a regular jury. You're a grand jury, the unique gate of the criminal justice system. Your job isn't to decide if someone's guilty. Your job is to decide as to be the ultimate gatekeeper. You're deciding if the use of force used was reasonable or not. If you say no, the force was not reasonable, and you issue a true bill in that case, or an indictment, and the matter will move on to the grand jury finale, which would be a trial in the real world. If you say yes, the force was reasonable, it's a no bill, and the matter ends and dies there. To make your big decisions today, you have to look through two very specific lenses. One is the probable cause lens, and that's the where there's smoke, there's fire bar, more likely than not. Unlike a regular trial, you don't need to be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. That's a way too high for this stage of the game. Instead, your target is probable cause, which means there is reasonable ground to believe, based on what you're about to see, the evidence presented, that it is probable or highly likely that the force used was reasonable or was not reasonable in this case. You're looking for a solid connection, not just a wild guess. Now, how do you know if a piece of evidence or an action makes sense? We ask you the second element of this is to use the reasonable person standard. It's kind of like an audience reality check. Imagine the most average, sensible, prudent person watching this show from their couch or from their device here tonight. Ask yourself, what would that reasonable person believe here? If a normal, careful person looking at the facts would say, yes, it makes total sense, and to believe one way or another, then you've hit your mark. That's all we're asking, and that's all that's asked out of grand juries at this level of probable cause, and to be the reasonable person. We ask that you only consider the evidence shown here tonight. If it was spoken or shown by video in the show, it counts. If you read about it on the internet, or you saw it on the news, or imagined it in your head, it's out. It shouldn't count. Your decision must be 100% based on the evidence presented right here on our stage tonight and no other places. A majority decision, 3 out of 5 votes, wins the day. Okay, folks, the clock is ticking. The scales of justice are in your hands. Review the evidence, channel your inner reasonable person, and make good decisions. Big Ron, let's run our first case.
Remember, guys, the first case is always the easiest.
Always.
The Toledo Police Department is releasing body-worn camera footage related to an incident that occurred on May 20th, 2026, involving officers interacting with juveniles on a subject stop. This release is intended to provide additional information and transparency regarding the officers' interaction. This incident is under investigation and will be reviewed by the Internal Affairs Bureau for adherence to department policy and procedures. Below is the body-worn camera video footage from the officers involved in the incident.
Recording. Come over here. Come over here. How old are you?
16.
Come over here. You got anything on you?
Nope. I got nothing.
Okay, come here.
No, I can show you.
No.
Oh my God. Here. I know y'all not gonna do nothing, but why are you? A reasonable search. Like,
I'm just patting you down.
touch my butt though.
I'm just patting you down.
I ain't gonna
Okay.
I can just show
Okay.
you that. All right.
How old are you?
I
16?
just told you. Yeah.
What's your name?
Oh, what is he looking for?
You ever been in trouble before? Okay, when we saw you.
Start that off better. Why y'all so angry? Well, why is he so angry? You a little cool. When?
Okay, this is what happened. You crossed over there outside of the crosswalk.
Wait, what? Jaywalking. That's
Jaywalking. So it's allowed to.
So,
we're allowed to stop
you. Can
you.
search me for that?
I didn't search you. I patted you down because
So
your hands outside of your sleeve in your hoodie, tucked away, like you're holding something, and then you keep checking back on us. Like, you know what I mean?
y'all learn a black card watching you. Of course, I know.
We weren't watching you. We weren't watching you until you were watching us.
So wait, y'all can't just tell somebody.
So when y'all went down Detroit, that was y'all, right?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And then we made the turn,
peeped.
and then you're looking at us, and then we drive by, and then you're still looking at us.
And
then we turn back around.
Look what y'all writing. Look what y'all writing.
I said something first.
All black police vehicle. What am I? I'm not gonna look. Okay.
I mean,
Let's just not look, just because you're the law.
I mean,
Based on our experiences, people who are interested in us. Yeah, and then she shot at her mom.
She shot at her mom and she's arrested.
She's a criminal.
But y'all take me for this.
criminals.
I didn't say you were.
But
You
y'all-
brought up that 15-year-old girl who's a
y'all take me
criminal.
for this, though.
Yeah.
You're giving us criminal
It was
indications,
low-key cold.
so we stopped you.
Criminal? No, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't think it's that.
Go away, because you're fucking annoying and stupid.
You're dumb.
Criminal?
Oh, we
Have
can-
a good one,
you can
man.
say whatever you
All
want.
right, thank you.
Use the crosswalk. Use the crosswalk. Use the crosswalk. Use the crosswalk.
I didn't choose to fucking move here.
Use the crosswalk.
Below is additional body-worn video footage from the officers involved in the incident.
Recording.
Come here. Come here.
Mark.
Yeah, come on. We don't care if you're a kid or not.
Care if I'm a kid or not.
16 Circle 3 for an
16?
Every report of bad accident, somebody laying on the ground. Alexis and recamp for 16.
No one's gonna do anything to you.
505.
Here. Start that off better and I'll tell you. Start that off better and I'll tell you. Start that off better and I'll tell you what happened. Hey guys, can I just ask what happened?
Let us know when the drone gets done.
You didn't know that was the police?
I mean, I'm the one who said
Based
something.
on our
What happened to the
people
last
are
15-year-old
interested in
girl for walking in the street?
Yeah,
You know what happened to
shot
her?
at her mom.
And then she shot at her mom and she's arrested.
She's a criminal.
Okay, wait, we not criminals?
I didn't say you were.
But y'all checking
You brought up that 15-year-old girl who's a
Y'all take
criminal.
me through this, though.
Yeah. It's
You're
called.
giving us criminal
I mean,
indications.
it was
Because he's
so we
black.
stopped you.
Criminal? No, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't think it's that.
Go away. Because you're fucking annoying and stupid.
And you're dumb.
Y'all can't talk to me like that.
Oh, we can't, but you can say whatever you want, but we can't.
Because he looked like a criminal?
No, that's not what it is. This is a high gang, high crime area. It's not my fault you guys live in this fucking neighborhood. I didn't choose to fucking move here.
Use the crosswalk.
This incident remains under investigation and will be reviewed by the Internal Affairs Bureau for adherence to department policy and procedures. Thank you for taking the time.
Okay, folks, that's your first case. There was technically there was a use of force. The mere presence, law enforcement's presence is considered a use of force. But I think what we're looking at here were the officers out of line. They spoke pretty frank to what we're going to call children, minors here. They made contact for a jaywalking, a Class C misdemeanor. It's not a very high charge. They did a pat down. So we're really kind of looking at the officer's conduct here. Did we think that was reasonable under the circumstances and with the information that the officers should have known or knew or should have known at the time? Do we have any questions about this? Go ahead, Charlie Sue. By the way,
I do.
Charlie, hang on. It's Charlie Sue, Ron. It is Charlie Sue. It is not Carly Sue. Go ahead, Charlie.
When we saw the dash cam, both of them, the officer was approaching the group of children, and it seemed like there was an officer there already. I was curious what his presence was, because obviously there was multiple vehicles, but maybe you could either replay that. I don't know the significance, because he wasn't the one that was actually doing the talking per se, but there was an officer already there. So he was responding, obviously, to a call. Is that correct?
There were 2 units, a total of, I think, 3 officers. You had a driver and a passenger in the first set of video that we saw. And then there was the second set of video was another officer that stopped kind of around the corner and walked up on foot. The reason, I don't know why that many officers were there, if they were responding to another type of call in the neighborhood, or if they were doing some sort of they have some crime reduction shifts where you kind of just flood the streets with officers. So I don't know what the occasion was, but the fact that both units engaged, I would imagine say that you had multiple subjects there that not necessarily were being not necessarily resisting, but not being completely compliant either. So that's the best answer I can get. Jason, you can weigh in on that if you have if you would like to surmise a reason for that many officers.
I'll let the jury go first and see what they think.
Okay. Any other questions? Does anybody want to go back and watch any portion of the video? Is there anything else you'd like to see or listen to again?
Could I see the very beginning again? For some reason, the audio is not coming across, so I had to go to my YouTube on the television.
Can I just let Kimmel know? I think somebody's having a problem with their internet. You should copy and paste and then go to your Safari and open it, and it's 100 times better. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Recording. Come over here. Come over here. How old are you?
16.
Come over here. You got anything on you?
No. I got nothing.
Okay, come here.
Nah, I can show you.
No.
Oh my God. Here. I know y'all not gonna do nothing, but why are you? A reasonable search. Like,
I'm just patting you down.
touch my butt though.
I'm just patting you down.
I ain't gonna I can just show you that. All right.
How old are you?
I
16?
just told you. Yeah.
What's your name?
That was.
What
is he looking for?
You ever been in trouble before? Okay, when we saw you.
Start that off better. Why y'all so angry? Well, why is he so angry? You're a little. When?
Okay, this is what happened. You crossed over there outside of the crosswalk.
Wait, what?
Jaywalking. So it's allowed to. We're allowed to stop
you.
you.
Search me for that?
I didn't search you. I patted you down because your hands outside of your sleeve in your hoodie, tucked away, like you're holding something, and then you keep checking back on us. Like, you know what I mean?
Y'all are in a black car watching you. Of course, I'm on.
We were watching you. We were watching you until you were watching us.
So wait, y'all can't just tell somebody.
So when y'all went down Detroit, that was y'all, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, exactly.
And then we made the turn, and then you're looking at us, and then we drive by, and then you're still looking at us, and then we turn back around.
Look what y'all writing. Look what y'all writing.
I said something first.
All black police vehicle. I'm not gonna look. Okay.
I mean,
let's just not look, just because you're the law.
I mean,
Based on our experiences, people are interested in us. Yeah, and then she shot at her mom.
She shot at her mom and she's arrested.
She's a criminal.
But y'all take me for this.
I didn't say you were. You brought up that 15-year-old girl who's a criminal. You're giving us criminal indications, so we stopped you.
Criminal? No, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't think it's that.
Go away, because you're fucking annoying and stupid.
Criminal?
Have a good one, man.
All right,
Use the crosswalk. Use the crosswalk. Use the crosswalk. Use the crosswalk.
I didn't choose to fucking move here.
Use the crosswalk.
Okay, Hawk, it was difficult to hear. The audio is not real clear in that
Yeah.
first body worn camera, but were you able to ascertain anything from that, Hawk?
Yes, I was. Thank you.
Big Ron, put us up a clock. Let's talk about this.
Mm.
I want to go to Kimmel first just to check your audio, my friend. Are you with us? Kimmel.
Yes,
How
I'm
about it?
here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What do you think about that video? What's your first initial impression?
Pretty innocuous. I didn't think anything of it.
So you had no feelings about how the officers interacted with those citizens, underage citizens?
I mean, it seemed pretty kosher to me. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I mean,
Okay.
basic
That's fair.
explanation. I mean, I didn't see anything on either side that was. I mean, the guy with the hoodie and stuff he was concerned about the pat down, but that could have just been, these days kids like to think that they're in law school and they're subject matter experts on the law.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that the pat down was reasonable?
Yeah, no, I think it was totally reasonable. So,
Okay.
like I said, I think he justified why he did the pat down. Again, kids these days think that they're lawyers. They think they've gone to law school. My sister went to law school. I didn't go to law school, but they think they know everything when it comes to interacting with police. So, yeah, I thought it was okay.
Okay. Who was that? Amy? You stepped in. I think you have some opposition to that.
Oh, I don't necessarily. Well, okay, yes, I do. I don't know how you knew that because I didn't say it, but I just you read my mind. I just feel like the way society is today. Okay, there's a couple sides for me. I feel like yes, children nowadays need to like be more put in check, and they are starting to. However, I feel like if you were to put this situation into like another situation that would never happen of like a different group of people. However, it's not like that nowadays, and that's very obvious. But the way he approached him, the way that he spoke to them, that was not necessarily appropriately saying, I didn't choose to move here. You moved here. You're a dumbass. You're this, you're that. So that and I'm for the cops all of the time, most of the time. Let me just make that clear. But the way of handling that with those gestures, it could have escalated in a much bigger way because those kids happen to have a little bit of manners with them. You know what I mean? But I just feel like the way they engage with the kids, granted, it's a lot of, they need a lot of help.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah, I was trying to get some. I'm sorry.
Before the comment was made about where you live and I didn't choose to live here. What about the stop itself? Do you think that was reasonable?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm in the middle of that. See, I'm still struggling with that a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you, because I guess yes. Because if you're staring at a cop, there's a reason you're staring at a cop.
No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason they made contact. They made contact because he crossed outside of a crosswalk or jaywalking.
But that's a reason to pull him over for whatever reason you want.
That's the reason to make contact is what the officers used.
Absolutely, yes. I do agree with that. I agree with that. But I think like if okay, I agree with you. I'm just struggling with it a little bit. That's all.
I'll tell you what. Let's listen to other people's opinion and see if they'll.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, that's
one
great.
way or the other. Let's go to Dave. No, sorry, Dave. Let's go to ladies first. Sorry, Kimmel. Let's go to Charlie. I'm not implying, I wanted to hear Dave. I'm not implying that Kimmel's a lady. I just chose him first.
I wanted to hear Dave. I think the approach, stopping the car, the frisk, etc. That was all in line with their jurisdiction as far as what they were doing. Now, it was unreasonable how they spoke to specifically the young man after the fact as they were departing and leaving. I mean, I don't know. They might have just come from some domestic case where he literally lost his life. But regardless, this actual incident near the Tellin, the verbiage was unreasonable. Now, to me, I would just only give a reprimand. Like, this wouldn't be a grand jury or jury type case. It would just be, if I were his boss, it'd be just a reprimand.
Okay. I guess it would depend on what policies your department has is how that possibly could go. And by the way, this case is going that way. They're looking at it for policy violations. But I thought it was an interesting one to present to the jury tonight And with that, I want to go to Dave. Dave, what's your initial impression on this first video?
Well, my initial impression on it is most unprofessional police officers I've seen in a while. I think it was a bullshit reason, pardon my French, for stopping them in the first place. Now, when the officer approached him, if he would have gone a little bit lighter and not been so aggressive in his tone, I think the situation would have gone a lot more smoothly, especially when he came to, let's say, not frisk him, but search him to let the kid know that, hey, I'm doing this for my safety, your safety. I used to be an interrogator in the Army, and that approach, I can almost guarantee you 100% is going to come back with a negative response.
Well, let me ask you this. Let's go back to, you said jaywalking. That's a bullshit stop.
Personally, I didn't see a jaywalking. I just saw the kids in the field. There was nothing on film.
You may not see that, but the officer clearly said, I stopped you because, and they didn't dispute it, that you crossed outside of a crosswalk or jaywalking.
I think it was just a reason to search the kids. Just to stop.
What evidence do you have outside that's just what you feel?
What was that?
What evidence did you see in this video that steers you in that direction? Or is that just how you feel?
That's how I felt. I didn't see any evidence of them actually committing a crime. Granted, it was a good reason to, just to search the guy, but a little bit lighter in his approach would have toned down that entire situation. And towards the end, every officer that was speaking that you could hear was extremely condescending. I'm just an old fart, and you don't need to be that way half the time.
Okay, so let's try to break this down. Do you think you're saying that you don't believe the stop was reasonable?
I think it's very iffy
because you didn't see it.
Yeah, so I can't say yes, he definitely jaywalked. No, he didn't.
This. What evidence did you see in the video that leads you to believe that the officer was lying?
I didn't say he was lying.
Well, you say you don't believe that the jaywalking happened, and so I don't think there's any wiggle room. Either the officer lied because he clearly said, "This is why I stopped you."
Well, if he stopped him for jaywalking, he could have used a better approach.
So you just don't like his approach, but you say the stop was reasonable.
I still think it's an iffy stop. People jaywalk all the time.
I tell you what, let's you're kind of all over the place for a second there, Dave. Let's go to Hawk. Hawk, what's your initial impression on this? Where are we at on time? We're running out of time. Go ahead, Hawk, real quick.
Okay, real quick. The initial stop, I think, was fine. That was reasonable. If they observed them jaywalking, stop and inquire, find out what's going on. It started turning sideways when the officers started getting uppity, I guess would be that's the first word comes to mind. They started getting disrespectful. They didn't keep it on a professional level. It started getting personal. That's where I think they crossed the line.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to you, Amy. You were kind of on the fence. Has anything anyone said solidified your decision? Excuse me.
Decision. No, I feel I feel like, okay, so I'm okay with the stop. Really, the only thing I'm not okay with was the verbiage, and that doesn't really come into conclusion with why, I don't know if they can hold the police officers for, I just feel like the interaction as a whole, like, especially towards the end, I feel like everything was fine except for the end so it's no bill for me. But I feel like in the end, they got a little rude, but also they go through a lot during their normal days, so there's a certain way to people talk.
Hang on. Let me ask you the same thing I asked Dave. What evidence do you see in the video that showed that these officers go through a lot through a certain day?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no evidence, so that's why I'm saying it would be a no bill for me, because that's because I just feel like I know that they do, but that's not proof. So I get it. So I feel like the stop was okay. I feel like the stop was a good stop. But I just don't like how it interacted.
Let's get us a vote. I'm going to go to you first, Kimmel. Reasonable or not? You back with us, Kimmel?
Yeah, sorry, I had some issues there.
No, no
So
worries.
totally totally reasonable in my mind.
Very good. Dave, reasonable or not?
Reasonable but unprofessional.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Look, we're just asking if it's reasonable. Nobody's asking your professional opinion on how the officers did. I mean, we can get that, I guess, but that's the only vote I'm looking for. What did you think the stop was reasonable?
Reasonable.
Reasonable. Hawk, reasonable or not?
Reasonable,
but hurt my feelings. What? Reasonable?
Unprofessional. Be reasonable but unprofessional.
Okay, unprofessional. Charlie, Sue, reasonable or not?
Reasonable. Give them a beer.
Amy, how say you? Amy, how say you? Amy going once. Amy going twice. 3 times, that's enough vote. It's going to carry either way. 3 out of 5 gets it. Let's post a verdict. That we're not forced, but we're going to say that was a reasonable stop by our vote here. Now, Jason, do you want to weigh in on this one real quick?
Yeah, there's a lot of the biggest question I have is this a high crime area? Is this a lot of times in law enforcement you get kind of an extra patrol area because it's a high crime area, and the stop is 100% reasonable. I do agree they could have been a little nicer on their approach, but I would like to know the backstory of the area and if there was information coming in on a group of people and it might justify why they were talking the way they were talking. I need more information, but
well, hang on, Jason. I think there's some information there. You've got blacked out units. Now these aren't dope cop cars, right? I mean, they're police cars, but they're not marked, not labeled. You've got 2 units running around in a neighborhood very close together like that. At least one of them's doubled up. What area went? This is a street crime.
That's a street crimes unit.
And by the way, folks, this is exactly what a street crimes unit should do. Stop and make contact with everyone that they can, as long as they have legal standing to do so. Jaywalking is perfectly fine. In some of the places that I've worked where you don't have a headlight on a bicycle, they're going to put your ass on the curb in certain areas. But they do that to try to make contact, to do Terry frisk and things like this. It's where they call that New York, Jason, the broken windows doctrine.
Yeah.
Yeah, every city uses that in high crime areas. What do you think about the interaction between the kids and the officers, Jason?
On the kids' side, they were disrespectful. They could have handled it better. I mean, you just can't look at the cops. I personally looked at this as the cops are sending a message like, we're here and we're going to clean this area up. So they could have handled it a little better, but I don't fault them for the way they did.
You know what? I don't have as big an issue with our panel does with this, and I think some of this is going to go with experience. When you're dealing with folks in these high crime areas and they give the attitude back they were given, you almost have to match it, because you don't want to be labeled as that cop that's in so words, air quotes, a bitch. You don't want to be labeled that guy. You kind of want to be I'm not going to take any shit from you type of guy. I think maybe some of the comments about where you live, man, I don't know that I would have liked that as a supervisor if I heard that. I'm going to say, hey, you need to tone that bullshit down. There's no reason to be a complete asshole about it, but being direct, and this is what I'm doing, and I really don't have as much issue with this some of our panelists did. But what's your opinion on that part of it, Jason? Do you see it that way, or no?
No, I do. No, my guess is this is a high crime area, and they're setting a tone.
No, I agree. I think that's the only way you're going to see. I don't know what municipality is running 2 units that close together to deal with some teens walking down the street. I mean, usually, if you're not on a street crimes unit, you're bouncing from call to call, right? You don't give a shit about jaywalking.
No, they're looking for reasons to stop, to ID, see who's in the area. There's a bigger picture going on here.
Sure enough, but that's a good break-in case, don't you think, Big Ron?
That I do, my friend.
With that, I tell you what, let's talk about some. Let's get a promo out of the way. in case Hawk wants to get a beer. That was a big concern for him before the show started, that he would have an opportunity to refresh his beverage.
Well,
So
now is the time to do it.
that's right. Let's go to the Range Minded podcast. Run that promo.
I'll tell you what, I just got some patches in from Steve the other day, and those are some great quality patches. So if you guys get a chance, definitely order some from him.
He's got some great gear on his website, guys. Patches, anything. Well, not anything, but patches and things like that. But his podcast is anything freedom loving American, and he damn sure covers the going ons with 2A and legal cases. For which there's a lot here recently. But let's show that promo.
Have you ever wondered to yourself, man, what time does the store close? Or where's the best cheeseburger near me? Well, I'm not going to answer those questions. That's what your damn phone is for. Use that. Instead, if you have stuff related, to the 2A world, I'm your man. My name's Steve. I run the Range Minded podcast. On the podcast, we talk about all things Second Amendment, whether it be new guns or gear. Maybe we talk about some training. We'll dig into Washington and the shenanigans they get up to. Sometimes we talk about the Supreme Court and the crap that they're doing. It's always a good time, a little smorgasbord of the 2A, if you don't mind me using that narrative. Either way, you can find us whether on YouTube or Rumble, Range Minded Podcast. I'm also on all sorts of streaming services wherever you listen to your podcast. Range Minded Podcast. You can jump on the website, rangemindedpodcast.com. Maybe stop by, buy a patch and some other things. There you can link to the social medias and all that other stuff. Hope to see you there. It's always a good time. Anyways, you guys have fun, stay safe, and always stay range minded. See you guys soon.
That's right, folks. The Range Minded podcast. You can catch his show anywhere you get your podcast. Give him a follow wherever you find him. By the way, I need more likes and followers on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube now, give this a like. Give some other videos a like. We're really starting to come up there. We're doing well, and it's a true miracle from God, because I don't do anything on YouTube to try to grow it. But I've noticed over the last couple of weeks we've really picked up some steam. So maybe we should promote it. I would appreciate any help that I can get in that area. With that, Big Ron, case number 2.
They only get harder from here, guys.
Nothing but more difficult.
Charlie 280 radio.
280.
We're back 1375. We're going to head to.
Sweetie, can you actually head to 256 Sherman? I got a call, domestic being updated to a gun call.
Click.
Thank you. Came out as a female having domestic trouble with the husband. Male does have a loaded pistol. He's coming downstairs. ADI has been notified. He tried to sodomize the female.
Number 220, work on that call.
220 on the domestic there.
Hey, Mabel, SR Car Station, switch channel 2, and the SR Car Station 2.
There's someone in the yard. The door opened. Check. The door opened. Hello. How you doing? You dealing with anyone back here or no? Who's in there? Who is it? They should be in. Yeah. Hold on, leave that door closed. Is that you? Hello? You guys need us or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, sorry. This is the guy. What?
I'm telling that.
No. This is the guy. This is the guy. No. This is the guy. No.
Come on.
Airship, please.
Come on, out. Out of the house. Out of the house. Out of the house. Out of the house. Come out here. Just come out here. Come out here. I don't think he's got anything in his hand. Come out here. Come out here. You're okay. Just come out.
What's going on?
Come outside. You're fine. What's your name? What's your name?
Why?
What is your name?
Why?
What is your name?
What's going on?
Just come outside. Come out here.
What are you
Just
doing?
come out here.
What's going on?
We got a call here. We got to talk to you, okay? Just come outside. Come on. Come on.
No, please.
Come on. Just.
I'm scared.
You're fine.
Please, I'm scared.
Keep
Please,
your hands up.
please.
Hey, keep your hands up.
No.
Keep your hands up.
No.
Hands up.
No. My life is ruined. No. Please. No,
Stop. Keep your hands up.
You guys are gonna kill me. You guys are gonna kill me. Please. On your stomach. Please. No.
Roll over.
Stop. Please. I'm making
Stop. I got his arm locked.
Give me a
What? All right, sit up. I got his arm.
Please.
Stand up. You're okay.
Jesus, kill me. Please. What's going on? Please. Roll over.
On your stomach. Stop fighting. He's got to go.
Car's on T9 Sherman. Hold the air for me.
Air's holding.
Matt and Matt. Just watch the front with him, will you? Out here. Down. Yep. Okay, right here.
Come out here. You're okay. Just come out. Come outside. You're fine. What's your name? What is your name? What is your name?
What's going on?
Just come outside. Come out here. Just come out here.
What's going on?
We got a call here. We got to talk to you, okay? Just come outside. Come on. You're fine.
Please, I'm scared. Please.
Hey, keep your hands up.
You're okay, buddy.
Keep your hands up.
Leave him there. Your life is not ruined. Your life is not ruined. Stop. Relax, big guy. Get on your stomach.
Please.
Roll over.
Stop! Please!
Mark, right here. Here, Dan. Dan. Right there. Don't touch the taser. You're okay. Buddy, relax, dude. Relax.
Roll over.
Hey. He might not understand, all right? Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach.
Stop kicking him. He's got to go. Shots fired!
Where is it? Where is it?
Got it? First is it. Down. Roll over.
Get on your fucking stomach now!
First, all right?
Give me your hand now! Give me your hand now!
Fucking hand.
Give me your hand now!
I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything, please. Oh,
All right.
oh.
All right. You got it coming? Ready, over. Suspect is shot. One officer shot. Okay.
One officer shot is clear.
Don't move, dude. Don't move, dude. Okay? Mark, you good, buddy?
Can I have Mark Myers on shot? Radio team available. Charlie Lieutenant.
I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs.
Who got a tourniquet on him?
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Breathe, buddy.
Hello.
Actually, I missed the edit up on this. I didn't intend to give you all 6 officers same body cam view of the same scene. If anybody would like to see more of this, I'm more than happy to play it. Otherwise, we can stop it here and start a discussion, I think. Any objections to stopping the video at this point? Going once, going twice.
Here.
Third time. Motion passes. Officers are called here. They're called for initially a disturbed person. Somebody's having a mental episode, and then that elevates into a domestic, elevates into a man with a gun. We see what happens when officers get there. No one comes to the front door. They have to go in through the backyard to make access. You saw the demeanor of the family that was there. They didn't appear to be very concerned about the person's behavior, but he was on full tilt when officers arrive. They make contact, and it kind of goes downhill from there. There was a long time contact with officers before a gun was ever revealed. One officer was shot, and it is unclear at the time. This just happened some days ago. It's unclear at this time whether that officer was actually shot by the suspect or was hit by friendly fire from officers. So that part is unclear at this point. But any questions about the video? Any parts of the video we'd like to see again? Is that a no, Amy, or just a point of disgust?
Oh no, I didn't mean, I took it off mute. No. I'm good. I'm done. I'm good.
I tell you what, Big Ron, where we at on time? Yes, let's put up a clock. Let's start our 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to Hawk first, sir. What do you think about this video?
Well, it's obviously a messed up situation. The guy was having mental issues. He kept asking why. He was not coherent. He was not able to communicate well. I think the officers did really well walking in, trying to talk him down, get him out of that. When he started resisting, that's when things went downhill quick. I'm looking at this as a lawful but awful, because it was really unfortunate they couldn't get through to him, get him out of the situation, get him to a place where they could actually keep things under control and keep bad things from happening.
Are we there? I'm just wondering.
So you see it as reasonable? Is that where I'm getting hot?
I'm leaning on this one very much toward the reasonable.
Okay. All right, let's hear what I guess Amy's gone. Let's go to Dave. What do you think, Dave?
I think it was justifiable.
No more than that. You think the officers' reactions and their use of force was reasonable?
I think it was, considering the state that the male was in, and when they tried to put him in handcuffs is when it really went downhill. I didn't see a gun, but I heard the voice. I heard him say he's got a gun. And that's right after that is when I heard the gunshots. But I did not actually see the gun. But I still think it's justifiable.
Okay. How heavy does it weigh on your mind that you didn't see the gun? Is that an issue for you?
No, it's not an issue, because the camera work was not that great. And an expert could have probably seen the gun. But I wear glasses and I didn't see it.
Now, I don't know that the gun was revealed in video. Not until the very end.
It's like I thought I saw a flash of something on the ground, something silver. But outside of that, I couldn't tell you if it was a gun or not.
Well, my question was, though, let's say you cannot see the gun. How heavy does that weigh in your mind on your decision? Like earlier, you said you didn't see the jaywalking, so therefore the jaywalking was in question. So is that kind of the same manner here? If you didn't see the gun, that maybe there's a question whether there's a gun there at all?
No, because I could hear the officers say he has a gun. And I don't think they would have pointed that out unless he actually had a gun.
So their reaction was consistent with
it was very consistent.
What they were saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's go to Amy. What do you think, Amy? Amy. You with us? How about now, Amy? We might have to drop her and bring her back up. Charlie Sue, what do you think?
This is what I think is another lawful but awful case. This approach from the moment they entered the home, they were cool, calm, collective, professional, unlike case one. And this just makes me, I'll be honest, like I'm gonna buy every cop I see a beer. Hell, I'll buy their dinner. But I'm just like, Lord have mercy, because I'm just trying to imagine when you went through your police academy or whatnot, like this is the type of domestic disturbances that you have to go into, from the environment to the community to the homes to the people. You don't know any of these people. You don't know what's happening. You don't have any underlying cause. And then you don't know what you're about to deal with. Like I was ready for maybe a knife to be pulled out or whatnot, but I did not know if there was going to be a gun. I didn't really see it. I kind of wanted to go back to that second police dash cam when he was on the floor to see if it was what I thought was a black gun. But all in all, up until that part, it was very reasonable and applaud to the Buffalo PD, just the fact of how they handled this, and just, I guess, another day, another dollar. And buy them another beer, Dave.
How about now? What about Amy? You back with us? Amy going once, Amy going twice. Have we lost Kamel altogether? Is he gone?
Yeah, I haven't seen him come back in yet.
Is Amy? I think Amy's having audio
Can you hear
issues.
me?
How about now? Yes, we can hear you. What did you think about this video?
Oh no. Okay.
Can you hear us? I don't think she can hear us. Let's drop her. There we go. Where are we back at? All three of you agree, right? Is that where we're at? Everybody thinks that this is reasonable. No big discussions on overt use of force. How many shots were fired? And here's another aspect nobody's mentioned, but there was 4 or 5 officers there. 4 or 5 officers couldn't get this guy on the ground, put handcuffs on him before he got a gun out. Anybody? That's not an issue for anyone.
Well, it was a very tight enclosure.
It was tight. It was tight.
I mean, it's very tight, and I'm sure the guy was probably sweating. If you ever tried to wrestle a greased pig,
Not an issue for me.
so I'm surprised
Okay.
it only took that many.
I was just bringing that up as something that's commonly said when we have multiple officers on one subject, and also the number of rounds that are fired. There was a lot of rounds fired. No issues with that with any of the jurors.
I couldn't make out the gunfire. I'm sure people with a good ear could make it out. They knew from which it sounded all like 9mm to me, but I don't know much about guns. But no, there wasn't any, because the thing is you could tell they were not, you all have your semantics on how you say this, but they weren't prepared. And no, I'm not going to say that either. I didn't see any reason why they would need to pull their guns out until I heard an officer say he has a gun. And obviously they didn't get him in handcuffs yet. And maybe he went to reach for the gun. We need to kind of see that second video, the second cam, the one where I was saying where he's down on his back and I think I saw a gun. But other than that, I still think it's all reasonable, despite the fact I know this is very new, so they'll still be reviewing all of this footage. But that's what I would want to see if I was a grand juror.
The only gun I was able to see was it was actually the officer's gun that was laying down on top. He was injured and wounded. He was laying on top of the guy. The officer's body cam point of view that we saw, he actually reaches down and touches the downed officer's gun, I think to make sure it was there. I'm not sure what his purpose of doing that, but that's the only gun that I actually saw.
Did they tase him? Was there any, did anyone pull out a tase to, when they're, I don't think people realize the force of a man, especially in this type of case, the adrenaline. But in this case, was there any tasing? And if so, or if not so, why not?
No tasing that I saw. I think that would, if an officer thinks that's what's needed for force. But once again, they were hitting this guy with pretty tender gloves. I tell you what, before we do that, we're at a minute. Let's get a vote. Dave, was that force reasonable or not? What's your vote, sir?
I think it was reasonable.
Very good. Hawk, reasonable or not? Amy, reasonable or not?
Very
I'm going to say reasonable.
Okay, I got both you guys. Good votes registered. Charlie, Sue, how say you?
Right. It was reasonable. Give them beer.
Let's go ahead and post that verdict and we'll talk about it. There's a few things to talk about on this. Jason, do you want to jump in on that? Any points that you saw in the video that you'd like to discuss?
I think the most important thing that wasn't discussed and the most important to me was the information coming in through dispatch before they even got there. To me, that was critical for this. It talked about sodomizing a woman, if I got that right. And then
you got it right, yeah.
And then he has a gun now. I actually think their approach was too soft with that information. I'm not sure. I'm getting everybody out of that house. And again, I'm not going to go into procedure on that, but I think we missed on what the information was on why they're there. Because those are pretty big chunks of information there on how you're going to respond to that call. I think they were too soft.
You know,
100%.
Go ahead, Amy. You want to say more than that? I just want to agree.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because my phone reception is bad. So if you hear a microphone, like a fire detector, it's because that's when I've been outside, but I have no reception out there. So bear with me. I was just going to say that.
Are you blaming your neighbors for you not changing the battery in your smoke detector? We're gonna
No,
hear
but I
chirp.
called. I did no. My defense. I called the fire department yesterday, and they're coming out on Monday. But I know people say and make fun of me all the time, so I set up this whole thing outside to do it. But then I have no reception outside, so stuck inside.
It's all good. I'm just joking with you.
It doesn't bother me because I make fun of myself. Yes, I'm white. Anyway, so no, I completely agree with this. They should have went in and they were very, very docile in their approach. I think that Jason, you're welcome, Jason, but I do agree with you 100%. I bet you feel better about yourself now, Jason.
Well, now, there was a point that the officer said when they had him down and they're about the time he takes his cell phone out of his pocket, or a little before the time he takes his cell phone out of his pocket, it's the first time they've actually touched him to figure out, pat him down. Does he have a weapon or not? But one had said he doesn't have anything. I don't think he has anything, is what they were telling the other officers. So they seem to be disarmed with the fact that the early reports were that this guy had a gun. Despite of the mental illness, despite of the alleged sexual assault, just the mere fact of the gun seemed to go out the window pretty quick once the officers arrived on scene and they started dealing with this guy. Do you see that as well, Jason?
Yeah, to me, that's more of a felony approach than a mental health approach at that point. Until he doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, I agree. And that's something we've seen over the last 2.5 plus years of doing this. I'm not sure how long, 2 years at least. We've seen a trend of officers being lighter than they should be, in my opinion, and with my experience. And I think, Jason, you've said the same thing, yeah?
100%, yes.
Sure enough. I tell you what, we're going to get to, where are we on? That's case 3, right? Let's do a sponsor break. Let's talk about the Red Hill podcast. This is our friend Corey. Corey on X. He's got him a podcast now, doing a great job. He normally handles our ghost caller calls, but he's having some work done on his home studio and he can't participate tonight. But let's check out his promo for the Red Hill podcast.
I'll tell you what, he also cheats when he fishes.
They frame me in a picture, Sharpie horns on my head, every rumor like a scripture, they repeat what they were fed. Yeah, I'm walking through the whisper, let them burn me in their tails. I keep receipts in my ribcage, every scar, every DD. Call me the villain, paint me in black, blame every crack in your heart on my back. But when the curtain's falling and every mask is gone, you'll see the villain was the hero all along. Yeah, I'm the villain. I'm the hero all along.
Yep.
You guys, Corey doesn't have a set schedule just yet. He's getting that going. But you should follow him on X, follow him on Facebook.
One of the guys I go fishing with.
Can you? There we go. Corey does a very entertaining podcast. He takes on current topics, essentially, a lot of times, and a lot of times things that are just thought-provoking. He does a real good job on it. So support our guy. Give him follows on Facebook. Give him follows on X. Do the same thing for us. My co-host here, Jason, all of our guests tonight, and my co-host B. Wayne and Big Ron. They need some follows as well. We appreciate your support and repost the stream. Let the folks know we took a couple of weeks off, so we're lagging in some numbers tonight. But repost it out. Let's get some more folks in here. And while you're doing that, actually do that, and then let's run to case number 3, Big Ron. I think it's time for it.
3 coming up.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hi, I'm actually driving. I'm in DeLand, and there was a car. He ran 2 red lights. He almost hit me broadside. I'm at East New York at Spring Garden.
Okay.
And he went south on Spring Garden. It's like a gold Altima, and it had a Tennessee plate. I tried to take a picture of it, and it was a single white male, and it looked like he was drinking something.
Sure.
But that was pretty much all I got. But
you said it was south on Spring Garden?
South on Spring Garden, yep, from 44, from New York.
Okay.
But I was pulling onto East New York from Florida, and he went right through the red and almost hit me. And then he went through the next red at, I forget if it's Amelia or what, but.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Garden, okay. I've got the call up to South Spring Garden in New York, last seen heading south on Spring Garden for that driver. What's your name? They'll get out there as soon as they can, and if you see anything else, give us a call back.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to head home, so.
Yeah, of course. Have a good day.
All right, thank you. Yep, thank you. Bye.
We're at least going to get to Spring Garden, just because he seems to be escalating in his driving. This is a second independent caller that said that the same vehicle just sped through 2 lights and almost took out their car. So we're at least going to get here. And then we'll start to County has charges.
Just blew the stop sign on highway. Florida. Going southbound on Florida.
Still going westbound. Passing Chelsea.
Do I need a picture of Lieutenant Anderson?
You just turned right onto Beersford, it looks like. West Beersford. And Delta 23 Central is shut down.
Got it. 551 it's heading southbound.
No, he's still going southbound on Florida, past Beersford.
It was any other for you. Did anybody ID the driver if they bailed?
Keep an eye out, keep an eye out.
Southbound on northbound lane. Correction. Northbound on southbound lane. Doing a U-turn now.
Northbound on southbound?
He's going into the neighborhood Walmart. It's authorized pursuit is not for land. Looks like he's hopping back on the pier, sort of. Still in the Walmart. 64, get to 472 and
stay in the car.
17.
Show me your fucking ass! Show me your goddamn ass! Show me your ass! Show me your ass!
Show me your hands! Delta 23 shots fired. Going behind the Walmart, going behind the Walmart. Behind the Walmart. He's behind the Walmart. He's still in the vehicle behind the Walmart.
behind the Walmart. Let's go. Right there, right there, right there. Get on the ground! Get on the fucking car! Get on the fucking car! Get on the fucking car now! Get on the car! Same direction. Same direction. Same direction. I hear him rocking shit.
Okay, folks, that is case number 3. The first 911 call came in on this was 6 hours before the shooting incident, but you had multiple 911 calls about this guy's driving through red lights, driving recklessly or reportedly recklessly or dangerously. Now we lost all. Where are we at on jurors? Amy's bouncing in and out. We'll give her a chance to get back in, but they encounter this vehicle some 6 hours later. A pursuit engages, ends at a Walmart. You see the officer get out. He goes in front of the vehicle. His gun's drawn. This has been a pursuit. This is a felony arrest at this point. The vehicle moves towards the officer. The officer puts one through the windshield and ultimately kills the driver. The driver dies from wounds on this one. Any portion of the video we'd like to see again, or maybe parts of the 911 call? Any part of that?
Would it be possible to go back to as the officer was approaching the car?
It's 100% possible.
Oh,
This is what we do. Let me find it for you. Here we go. I'm gonna give you a little bit more than that. All right.
Looks like he's hopping back on the vehicle, sort of. Still in the Walmart. 64, get to 472 and
stay in the car.
17.
Show me your fucking ass! Show me your goddamn ass! Show me your ass! Show me your ass! Show me your hands! Delta 23 shots fired. Going behind the Walmart. Going behind the Walmart.
Did that show you what you wanted to see?
Yes, it did.
Anyone else? Any other questions?
Joe, what was he doing? I don't know if you can answer me this, but what was he doing in the back with his tires like going crazy? He was in a corner, correct?
He was high centered on a curb. He wasn't going anywhere.
Oh, at the end, the driver had died. He took a wound in front of the Walmart, drove around the back of the Walmart. He'd driven off of the concrete slab and was high centered.
Okay, so can I ask you originally? I missed the very beginning. What were they in pursuit of? Like, what did he supposedly do?
Multiple 911 calls span over a 6 hour period of this guy's driving through red lights, driving recklessly, and numerous 911 calls to the sheriff's office about this guy's driving. law officers encountered the same vehicle description and license plate that had been reported. 6 hours later, they go to pull him over, and it turns into a pursuit.
Thank you, my friend.
With that, Big Ron, put us up a clock. Dave, I'm coming to you first, my friend. What's your initial assessment on this video?
I think it's perfectly justifiable. The driver of that car was using that vehicle as a deadly weapon against the officer.
Okay. Do you think the officer stepped in front of the car maybe, though?
No, I think he was to the side. If he was
I say
anywhere
no,
near the
Bill.
front
I
of
don't
the
know if
car,
it's to me yet.
it's the very corner. But that's my opinion from what I could see.
Okay. So you're okay with the use of force?
Oh, I'm perfectly okay with that.
That it's reasonable to believe that the officer had a reason to believe that his life was in danger or another.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Amy, can you hear us? I'm thinking you can't. Amy once, Amy twice. Guys, let's drop her so we can get her reset again. I think we can hear her, but she cannot hear us. Charlie Sue, what do you think about this?
Am I able to see the beginning in the parking lot right before the officer shot? Can I see just 10 seconds of that, please?
10 seconds is all you want?
Right, in the parking lot at Walmart before the vehicle flees.
Surely I can get you 10 seconds.
Stay in the car.
Show me your fucking ass! Show me your goddamn ass! Show me your ass! Show me it! Show me your hands! Still in the Walmart. 64, get to 472 and
Stay in the car.
17. Show me your goddamn ass! Show me your ass! Show me it!
Show me hands! Delta 23, shots fired.
Did that help you, Charlie?
Yes, it did, because he was actually essentially in front of the vehicle, and then the car then veered from my view to the left. So, and they obviously had their guns raised, saying, "Show me your hand." I see one officer in the front, one on the right side or the passenger side. I can't see any other officers, but yes, so he was fleeing and then with a vehicle, and I believe that's an offense. So they had, I guess, a right to shoot. So unreasonable. Reasonable.
One cannot use deadly force to prevent someone's escape unless they're already in custody. Prison escape, they'll shoot your ass. But the police officers cannot use Garner versus Tennessee prohibits law enforcement officers using deadly force to prevent someone's escape. They can only use deadly force when a reasonable person would believe that their life or a third person's life or the public at large's life is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury and or death. So that's kind of the decision I'm asking you guys to make. Is it reasonable to believe this officer used deadly force because he believed that his life was in danger or a third person's life was in danger or the public at large? When I say danger, I mean imminent danger. Not it could happen later. It's happening now. That's the question.
Well, then based on what you said, then it's unreasonable.
Because you believe that the officer fired him because he was driving away?
Yes, so therefore he exerted force that was unnecessary. Therefore, it's unreasonable based on what you just said. And I'm an untrained, officer. I don't know the rules, but based on what you just said, if I'm sitting in a grand jury, because, they present all of these facts, being someone with common sense, then therefore it's unreasonable that she fired. And if I'm clear to say that firing is what caused him, once he left and went to the back and flew into that wall, he was essentially already probably dead. He was bleeding out.
Yeah, there was no more force used by law enforcement officers beyond that point where the one shot went through the windshield. They didn't use any more force when they went to the back. It took them a while to figure out if the guy's alive, get him out of the car, and that kind of business. but the guy was actually dead at the wheel.
Yeah, then therefore that shot, I can't recall, someone can help me how many shots were made, but I
One.
believe I heard one. Then it's that shot that killed him. And then the question of the matter is was it reasonable that he shot at him? Was he actually in imminent danger? And therefore I would have to say unreasonable. And no beer.
Oh no.
Okay. Amy, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Why don't you go ahead and go?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear
You
me?
bet we got you. Yes, we got you.
I strongly disagree with that because you don't know exactly before the gentleman, like once you were there and then found out he was passed away, you didn't know that, so you didn't know if he was gonna back up. Like, it's always questionable. It's easier to say than like, well, he was already dead. Then how? Like, but when you're there in the situation in the middle of like the adrenaline running, I just feel like you have to still protect. I don't know. What if somebody else is in the car, or like, I don't know. I just feel like you have to protect yourself, and you don't know if somebody else is in the car, even though he's doing what he's doing. But
But Amy, why couldn't he shot at the wheel? He could have shot at the wheels.
because that's not how they're taught. They're taught to shoot center mass. They're taught to send the. I understand what you're saying. I get it all the way. But what I'm saying is, when police officers are taught, they're not taught to like de-escalate and shoot at the leg. They're taught to like shoot at center mass. You know what I mean? So, like they're. I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
What about
but
this? I mean, we're talking about shooting at tires. Why wouldn't the officer try to contain him with the squad? Pull the car in front of him. He parked the car 3 parking spots back and ran to get in front of the other car before he shot. Is that not a factor for anyone? Actually, before we go to that, we're getting too deep. I want to go to Hawk first. Hawk, give me your initial opinion on this, and we'll come back to that.
Good idea, though. That was a good idea, Charlie.
They just spent 6 hours trying to track this guy down, who'd blown through multiple red lights,
Right.
was putting the general public and other drivers definitely in danger of serious bodily harm. They track him down to a parking lot. Officer's not going to put himself directly in danger. He's going to run up, tell him, get out of the car. He backs away from him and then takes off again. If you shoot the tire, he's still driving. We've seen how many videos of cars driving down the road throwing sparks with the tires blown out. No.
Well, hang on. Hang on. Are you saying that there have been so many calls about this guy's driving that he was a general threat to the public at large?
Yes, I am.
Well, what about all the injuries and accidents and deaths that he caused in that 6 hours they were looking for him? He didn't hurt anyone then. I mean, his driving didn't improve evidently, but
no, but he was still a danger.
I don't know that you can be reasonable that his escape would put the public at large in imminent danger. Now, you know, bad driving danger, sure, but I don't know that you could make that stretch, could you?
I would. That's my assessment of it. He could pull out of that parking lot and center punch somebody walking across a crosswalk because he's, for whatever reason, you got to stop him. He's already proven himself a danger to the public at large.
But he hasn't hurt anyone in 6 hours.
Doesn't matter. He could hurt somebody in the next 5 seconds.
He could. I mean, it's possible. It's absolutely possible. Okay. Excuse me. Let's go back to my previous question. Does anybody find it, would it be reasonable to use your own squad to block the person in so that prevent him from continuing to be a danger to the public at large by stopping his vehicle with another vehicle?
Well, it's also reasonable we could use some sleeping gas on him.
I don't think those two, I mean, you can try to be a smart ass on that, but I think using a car to block another vehicle is a good procedure, whereas sleeping gas doesn't exist.
It may be a viable tactic, but he had a lot of room to maneuver in that parking lot. Unless you've got 3 or 4 vehicles, squad vehicles, that you can box him in completely.
So, okay, I get what you're saying. So what's the advantage of getting out of your vehicle and pursuing him on foot? What advantage did it give the officer then?
That's a damn good question. I was wondering why they ran on foot rather than getting back in their vehicles and going after him.
No, I'm talking about before the shooting occurred. When the officer gets out of the car and runs to the front of the vehicle, how come he just didn't pull his car to the front of the vehicle instead of putting his body in front of the vehicle? That's my question. Why not put the car in front of the vehicle instead of his own body?
At that point, in order to put his car in front of the vehicle, he would be driver's door to front of the car, and now he's trapped in his own vehicle. He has very few options.
Bro,
no mobility.
You know, he can park that car in a manner where he can get in and out the door.
Last time I was in a squad car, you didn't have a whole lot of room to move.
I could put it anywhere though. I could drive it.
But if I'm from where he was, I pull up to block him in, I'm going to block as much as I can, which means going broadside. Now I have very little opportunity as the officer.
Here's where I'm leaning. We're out of time, but here's where I'm leaning when we go to a vote. I don't know. Well, I know that a vehicle's a deadly weapon, but you can't push yourself. You can't create the threat and then use deadly force because of the threat that you created.
True.
That's my point. And I'll give it one more quick round. If anybody wants to make any comments on that before we go to a vote, but we'll have to go to a vote pretty quick.
I was going to say really quick that there's just too much shit going on. Pardon my French. Like, there's so many things that everybody's talking about, and that's great. But like, life doesn't work like that. Like, they don't think let's put like something in front of the car. Like, no, that's not how real life works. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. But in general life, like, your first instincts would be what you're supposed to do as a cop. You know what I mean? Like, let's ask Jason what he thinks, because he's going to say, I don't know what he's going to say actually, but I'm just going to say, like, in normal life, like, it's you're taken out or they're taken out, number one, and that's how it goes. And if they've hurt somebody previously and in the last 6 hours, that still counts as if it happened 10 minutes ago, period. So that's all I have. That's what I feel. So thank you.
My point to bringing that, there were no reports of injuries. There were people calling saying this car is driving badly. I think he's drinking something is what the original caller said. But there were several calls, but no reports of an accident, no reports of anyone injured because of this guy's driving. That was the point of me bringing that up. Well, let's go to a vote. Dave, what's your vote? Reasonable or not?
Oh, I am torn about it. From what I could see in that very short amount of time, I'm going to say reasonable, but it really needs to be thoroughly investigated. I know that's a cop-out, but
and I'm sure it will be. This is a recent incident, and the thought experiment that we do here is real simple. With a person in the shoes of the officer, a reasonable person in the shoes of an officer, presented with the same information that the officer had, if they said, hey, I was scared and that's why I pulled my gun and shot the guy, if you think that's reasonable or not. And that's really what we're asking here. Was it reasonable for this officer to use deadly force because he had a credible reason to believe that his life or a third person's life or the public at large were in danger or imminent threat at this time?
If I was that officer, I would have done the exact same thing. So I think it's reasonable.
Do you remember the instructions earlier when I'm kind of pretty much saying you're not the reasonable person the law is looking for? We're looking for that other reasonable person. Not that you would have done the same thing, saying, what do you think the average person out there, what would the average person think if they were in that officer's shoes and the car started moving forward like that? Would the officer believe that his life was in danger? If the answer is yes, then it should be.
Then I'm going to go 100% yes.
Very good. Reasonable. That's your vote. Hawk,
yes.
Your vote, sir.
I'm going to go with reasonable.
There's 2 for reasonable. Amy, have you changed your mind?
No, sir, I'm reasonable.
He's reasonable. Charlie, Sue, are you reasonable or not?
No, it was unreasonable. They had vehicles. This has been over 6 hours. They had the ability to assemble multiple vehicles. There was no need to shoot at that vehicle. It was unreasonable, and I would allow my grand jury and or jury to do the deep dive examination on that. Because remember, we're making the decision for it to go to a juror. So as a grand juror, it was unreasonable. Let the 12 folks decide.
Well, hold
Fair
on.
enough.
Is that a tiebreaker?
No, she's the only vote for Yeah, she's an only vote for unreasonable. Let's post a verdict.
Still love you, Charlie.
Charlie's right.
Jason, chime in on this one, bro. What do you think?
100% reasonable. You nailed it in your summary of, did that person think his life was in danger in that moment when you pulled the trigger? And you're literally talking about a 1/10 of a second response. When that car started moving towards him, what was did he have a fear that he was going to get struck by the car? And you tap on top of that, this is a 6-hour ongoing ordeal. And then I do agree, though, when it played on, why in the hell they run back there? Get in your cars and go back there. I don't understand that part of it. But I think if I'm in his shoes, a reasonable person standard, in that moment of time, I think I might have been hit by that car. Then deadly force is justified.
Let me ask you the same question I asked the jury. Why do you think the officer didn't pull his car in front of the other one and block him in with his own squad car? I mean, this is pretty normal, right?
I don't know. I think with that many squad cars, boxing them in is probably the first step to go. It should be a felony stop. Get in there and conduct it right. I don't know.
I figured you would have picked up on it. What did the officer say to whoever else was in the car before he got out? What did he tell that person?
Stay in the car. There was a ride along.
Stay in the car.
Oh yeah, he had a ride along with him, didn't he?
Yeah, because Jason, you ever heard another cop tell another cop to stay in the car on that? No, everybody's getting out. Unless you're a ride along, then you tell them to stay in the car, and you wouldn't use the vehicle that your ride along sitting in to block the other person because you would put your ride along in danger. I think this is why the officer approached on foot.
I picked up on him saying that, but I still, just because you're a ride along, they sign a waiver. I mean, you're not going to the carnival, you're going on a police ride along.
Yeah, bro.
You still got to do what's right.
Any ride along I ever had, I was not looking to do some extra reporting because the dude got hurt. You know what I mean? Or the woman got hurt. No, I think that's why the officer didn't use his car to block him or to even pinch the car. I mean, at this point, he could have driven his car right into the front wheel and knocked the front wheel off of it. I mean, at this point, that force, I think, would have been reasonable. I agree with the jury. I agree with Jason and the jury. I think that it's a reasonable shoot. I think the officer had I think it's reasonable that the officer believed that his life was in danger when that car went forward and kind of backed up and then come back at him again. I think it's a reasonable shoot and a good shot. A single shot hits a guy square in the chest and ends his life. That's not bad, actually. But, any more comments on this one before we move on? All right, then let's go to let's talk about the Daily Fix and Drax's Pit, two of the most entertaining folks on X. Kay Daly, Drax is on. They're both on both shows, but Kay Daly does the Daily Fix 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And they're doing them 8 p.m. Eastern now. But anything has anything to do with politics, Kay Daly's on the inside. She knows how the sausage is made. It's absolutely an entertaining show and informative. Drax's Pit. It's just flat and entertaining. It's one of the funniest guys on X. I'm a big fan of Drax and Roden and all the other cast of characters that will come on and off that show. But on Saturday nights, 9 p.m., catch Drax's Pit, and Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the Daily Fix. Let's run that promo.
Daily Fix. Daily Fix. Daily Fix. I want my Daily Fix. Daily Fix. The Daily Fix. Static in the wire, power in the vein, plugging in the jack just to numb the brain. 0-1. Hear the crowd commit. Drax's Pit, get off the
There you go, folks. Drax Pit. Let's go with case number 4. Let's run it.
That's it. I copy. Thank you. We also do have park police on scene. It looks like we're going to attempt, with their assistance, to resolve this. I'll advise the outcome. And can I get the 2 units, I believe they're at 35th Street? Can I get them, if they're not already on the TAC channel, to the TAC channel, please? There's another car over there. Units at 35th. I think it's Jarbo and 2. You on tax?
Yeah, 36 is where I can kind of work out. Go ahead.
All right. Either way, we're gonna approach and attempt to see if through the taped over window we can gain access and remove him. So just a reminder, if he does flee, that is his avenue of escape. He is to be let go.
Remember, I gotta unlock it from the exterior. Exactly.
Hopefully she'll open the highway. That's all correct.
Unlock it quietly.
It is. 2, I see where your vehicle is positioned. You may want to back off a little in the case he cuts the corner kind of tight.
Alright, copy. Rolling back. Can I just get here? Yeah, that's not her vehicle. Her vehicle has no extra yard, so that might be her tag.
Does he want a knife? Back up. Don't move! Don't move!
Don't move!
Get out! Get out! Get out!
Good. The park, is he in there?
Yes.
You all in the car?
The park police officer is.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's flashback.
Take the 30.
Police! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Don't move! Got him! Shit! Stop! Get up! Get out! Get out! Stop! Stop, man! Just let me out! Let me out! Stop! Stop or I'll shoot! Stop! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Don't move! Don't move! 512! Don't fucking move! Send me a mess.
Alright. How do you locate? I'm advising you. Got anybody?
Yeah, I'm good.
Fire shot. Get out of the block. Fire.
In park. He looks sick. I got it in park. I can't shut it off. His foot's on the gas. Yeah, I got it.
Everybody out of your house?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm making sure my son's and it was coming over. I'm just making sure they.
Hey, so hey, everybody.
Get out. Just tell me you need the stomach.
Hey, cars off.
I hit my head. I got a head injury as well. Hand injury.
The driver.
512. Send the board for myself and. He's breathing.
Yeah, I know he is. Bob Wood has been notified.
You got something like I can blood pressure. I just need a kit. Hey, there's a kit.
TCC kit.
Yeah, give me a kit.
Are there any injuries to the officer or something?
512. Myself and had some injuries.
Check for 1 or 2.
Alright, let's try to extract it.
You see come back. 102. 102 Rex now.
Hey,
Try to get up. Everybody's out.
let's.
511 and 511 go. 511 hold you out. 695 you out. 511 5 minutes go. 5%.
Yeah, I
Can contact him?
tell him I'm Jimmy's elevator. Hey, we're just trying to move, all right?
Yeah, step it up.
Hey. I can move her legs. I don't know what it's going to do. But we can move legs, and then you want to go back towards you, or you want to come towards me?
Get ready to come your way. Make sure CID.
Is he trapped over there
NID
in that
right now.
doorway over there, too?
695 around. Any CID unit on the air?
Pull him all the way. You going to come towards me, help me with his feet? Or you going to take
Yeah, I'm gonna grab his feet too. Can you grab his upper shoulders here? Yeah. Any CID unit?
all the way through first?
Yeah. 90, I'll make a notification for him.
Oh, I got his.
Thank you, call 99 36 out. Got it?
Oh, shit. You got the kit?
Yeah,
TCC kit. I need major gauze for the back. And I'll need shit for the stomach too. Injury. We got 1, 2 rounds. 2. 3. I need a patch for the back. What do you got for me? You all right? I need you to talk. You okay? I need back. Do you see any exit wounds? Just anything I can slap on him. That'll work. Got any tape? Yes.
Oh, I'm having a muting problem. Okay, folks, there's your fourth case for the night. This was Washington, D.C. Metro and U.S. Park Service. They get a call, reports of a man behind the wheel of a running car. They run the plates come back stolen. So they come up with a plan to make entry through a broken, taped up a window and take this guy into custody, I guess, from the back seat. But of course, it didn't go that way. He wakes up, he takes off in the car, leaving the parks officer in the back seat of the car, and the parks officer shoots him, I believe. It said 3, but I think he hit 4 times. Ultimately dies of his wounds after crashing into a car. Any portion of this video we'd like to see again, or any questions before we deliberate? Okay, put the clock up. We got to run fast. We're running out of time. We may not get to case 5. Dave, actually, I've gone to you a couple of times. I'm going to you first now, Hawk. What do you think?
I don't have any issues with this one. Well, other than why'd the cop climb in the back seat? I mean, go in through the driver's door, drag him out.
You know, this is another situation. Did the officer create the danger? Did the officer put himself in a situation to have to use deadly force?
And that's my question. You know, he climbs in the back seat. Now he's stuck. The guy takes off. He's kind of hanging out in the wind.
It's not an optimal place to be in that type of situation.
No, not by a long shot.
So you're leaning towards reasonable anyway, right? Or no?
Leaning toward reasonable, but I could be easily convinced the other direction.
All right. Well, let's go to Amy. Amy, what do you think?
I'm reasonable. I'm completely reasonable. I mean, there was a couple of things that I didn't love, but it was definitely reasonable.
What did you not love?
Kind of like the way you said, like he jumped in the back seat and like he didn't really take control of the situation. Like I felt like I'm trying to put myself in a cop's shoes. I just feel like he kind of got himself a little bit in this situation a little bit. I don't know. I could be wrong. I just feel like he should have been more forceful.
Okay. I don't know how much force you can apply in the back seat of the car with a car running. But maybe
I guess you're right, but like maybe you have a gun and everything. So, but I don't know the situation. I don't know how he deals with it. I don't know how you would deal with that. So I guess you're right when you say that. I know I think it's reasonable, but I just feel like you left a man in control at a certain point. Am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm definitely for reasonable. So.
Yeah, I don't think the tactical advantage that they wound up with was the tactical advantage they thought they were going to get by the back seat, but I'm not sure. Dave, give us your assessment, please, sir.
Oh, I am like Hawk on this one. I'm definitely borderline. I can see where the one officer on the driver's side was drugged a little bit. So reasonable force there. But the big question I have is, what was that moron doing in the back seat of that car? And when he told the driver to stop or I'll shoot, he didn't even get the words out of his mouth before he started shooting. Did not give a guy a chance to react. So a little borderline on that.
So Before he shoots, do you think he has a duty to see if the person's going to respond to the command?
Well, if I said stop or I'll shoot, and you start shooting before he starts to stop, why did you give the command? For me,
how much
it's tough. It's tough. I can't say it's completely reasonable, but I can't say it's not reasonable.
Let's go to Charlie.
Dave likes it because he agreed with the man. But I said same thing. Dave, you should like it, what Amy says too. Just kidding.
Let's go to Charlie Sue and see what she's got to say. What do you say, Charlie Sue?
I want to see case 5, but damn. So I'm going to say reasonable because I'm going to put myself there's different scenes that are unfolding here. I'm putting myself in the scene where the officer's in the vehicle and he tells the driver to stop. The driver obviously knows he's in the wrong. He knows why he's being apprehended. He does not stop. He then pushes the gas. The moment he pushes that gas in this vehicle, he's not responding to officers' demands. And then that's when the officer then shot. So I'm going to say reasonable just on that scene at the time of force.
Well, let me ask everyone this. Is the officer in the back seat of that vehicle, is it reasonable to believe that he thought his life was in danger? Is that reasonable?
If I can respond, the answer is yes, because now his life is in imminent danger because he's in the vehicle. One, that person can drive off, can slam into a wall. He's driving away with an officer who's in the back seat. He could go into traffic, but he said stop. And in this case,
well, what about kidnapping?
Well, yeah. Well, damn, that too. Kidnapping as well. So yeah, he's kidnapping the moment he drives away with someone in a vehicle that doesn't want to be there. So I said from the beginning, this was reasonable.
The officer climbed into the back seat.
Well, maybe he was trying to handcuff him. Maybe he was going to handcuff him or whatnot.
Let me ask you this: Does anyone believe the officer had the authority to get into the back seat? Do they have enough probable cause to take the action that they took? Or not that whether they did or not. Does anybody have an issue like say, hey, I don't think they had probable cause to even go into the back seat of the car?
Are you talking about like breaking and entering in a stolen vehicle? I mean, it was stolen. So the answer is yes. They had probable cause because it was a stolen vehicle.
So the probable cause is there. Where we at on time, Big Ron?
Well, I've got one
We're
big
getting
question
tight.
for me.
We got about 6 minutes.
The officer that was in the back seat, was he Metropolitan or was he Parks Police?
Parks Police.
What was he even doing on the scene?
They have jurisdiction in Washington, D.C. and many different places. They're police officers like anyone else, especially in D.C. Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police are federal officers as well. So jurisdiction, I think, was an issue. Tell you what, let's go to let's get us a vote up there. Bring that clock back. All right, now leave it where we're at. Leave us where we're at, Big Ron. Charlie Sue, how say you? Reasonable or not?
I said reasonable and give him a beer.
And a beer. Amy's a vibe. How are you vibing on this one?
I'm vibing as I say reasonable, and I'm a Charlie. I'm sticking with my girls. We'll give them a beer.
Very good. Hawk, how say you?
Nobody convinced me otherwise. I'm going reasonable.
Dave, where are you going to land on this one?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to say reasonable.
Post the verdict, Big
I'm
Ron.
going to give him benefit of the...
That's reasonable. I want to go to Jason real quick because we don't have a lot of time.
I'll make it short.
Well, hang on. I want to ask you a question. Did you hear the conversation when they come up?
And I'm saying I can't wait till after the show tonight. In our super chats.
Jason, did you hear the conversation when they concocted the plan to get in the back seat where they talked about if he's going to run, let him go. We're not going to pursue.
Yes.
I think what we see here is a policy issue. If that were me on the streets in the agency that I worked at, we've got a stolen vehicle that's running, a guy asleep in the back seat, parallel parked against the curb. I'm gonna put one beside him. I'm gonna put another vehicle in front of him, and then I'm gonna tap on the window and tell him get the fuck out. I'm not gonna try to sneak in the back seat and kidnap him out of the vehicle with this weird concoction. At the end of the day, I believe it was policy that they didn't do what we're talking about. And at the end of the day, the car thief is dead. 2 officers are injured. The car owner's car is messed up, and then somebody's house gets ran into. That's my assessment of it. But how do you see it, Jason?
The stupidest decision I've ever seen made in law enforcement, period, bar none. I'm like, who's this chief there? Because I will apply tomorrow. What in the blue hell are you people thinking? That was just absolutely ridiculous. But as far as the shooting goes, the guy had no choice. So the shooting is reasonable, but it didn't have to go that way. Use your goddamn head. It was a horrible plan. Horrible plan.
Yeah. I think the shooting's fine, but the plan there, and it had to be policy, because this guy's talking about how they won't pursue and essentially leave his escape route open, is what he says.
For a
He's even talking on
occupied.
He's even talking on the radio to somebody who's down the street to not block him. If he leaves, let him go, leave his escape route open, and then they get in the back seat when he has an open escape route. It's insane to me, but yeah, that's what we saw. Folks, we're getting at the end of this. Join us at
lost
you got me now. Join us 20 minutes after the show. We'll have an X space and we'll keep going. You're not even getting to see case 5 tonight. There's no time for it at all. But we can talk about the rest. All the jurors are invited to be there. They'll have first refusal on mics, so we can get to hear their points of view on some of the cases we talked about tonight. But folks, that is our show. We'll see you on X in about 20 minutes.
See you there.
An incarcerated individual's use of institutional telephones constitutes consent, and your calls may be provided to law enforcement agencies.
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.